It has long been rumoured that Disney is currently working on some kind of prequel series set hundreds or even thousands of years before the Skywalker Saga. Even the head of Lucasfilm has confirmed in the past that they are looking into some kind of Old Republic series. Recent rumours have begun to spread that the next Star Wars movie will be a High Republic series, set 400 years before the Skywalker Saga and feature Yoda as a Jedi Knight. In recent years, there has also been several references and reveals about the canon Old Republic era and the so-called High Republic era, hinting at these possible movies or TV shows. In today's video, we're going to prepare for this by looking back on all the current Old Republic canon material that we have so far. So sit back, relax, and have some pumpkin pie! Welcome to Star Wars Timelines. In Legends, the Old Republic has never-ending material, video games, comics, and novels. Being canon, we have only had peeks of what life in the Old Republic was like. What we know is the Old Republic existed at least 1,000 years before the Clone Wars. The capital of the Republic was, as it is in the prequels, the urban world of Coruscant. As for the Jedi Order, this was rumoured to be founded on the planet Acto by the Prime Jedi. Shortly after the Order's creation, the Jedi came into possession of Ilum, an ice planet littered with kyber crystals. The Jedi used their kyber crystals to power their weapons, lightsabers. It was here they constructed a temple, and Ilum became one of the most sacred worlds to the Jedi. The Jedi used the planet to play host to the Gathering, an event where younglings would travel into the caves of Ilum to find their crystals to power their lightsabers. Around 6,000 years before the Galactic Civil War, a rogue Jedi rebelled against the Jedi Order, believing the dark side to be superior. The Jedi was cast out, and this resulted in the age known as the 100-Year Darkness, and the Sith being born. Sometime later, the Sith formed an empire and waged war on the Republic and the Jedi Order. Both the Jedi and Sith built massive superweapons powered by kyber crystals. During the war, the Sith attacked Coruscant and managed to construct a shrine of immense power at the heart of the planet. The Jedi managed to drive the Sith armies off of Coruscant and constructed a temple above the Sith's shrine in order to contain the dark energy. This also led them to becoming much closer to the Republic. After their defeat, the Sith retreated to Moraband, at the time known as Korriban. There they constructed the Valley of the Dark Lords, and this became the Sith homeworld. As the Old Republic spread across the stars, it came into contact with various other powers. One of these was the Empire of Zygerria, who were well known as slavers. The Republic declared slavery illegal and expected the Zygerrians to comply. However, they refused, so the Jedi and Republic joined forces and sent their armies against the Empire. The Old Republic eventually came out victorious, and this led to the destruction of the then Zygerrian Empire. Eventually, though, the Sith returned in full strength, invading the Republic once again. This led to a conflict that went on for thousands of years and led to the Old Republic's eventual collapse. During the war, the Jedi faced the Sith Empire on Malachor, which resulted in one of the most devastating battles in the history of the Old Republic. The Sith had established a temple on Malachor beneath the surface, which held a colossal kyber crystal that was used to power the temple. The Jedi launched an all-out assault against the Sith when the temple's weapon misfired and petrified everyone on the planet, both Sith and Jedi. After these events, Malachor became a forbidden world to the Jedi. Any traces of the planet's existence were erased in the Jedi archives in the hopes that the Sith's secrets would remain lost. Many spacers and scavengers attempted to go to the planet in order to reclaim Sith relics. Many smugglers also came up with a new drug, the Ashes of Malachor, made from the bones of those who fought on the planet. These ashes empowered those who consumed them and increased their might, but at the cost of their morality. At some point, the Old Republic came into contact with a warrior civilization known as the Mandalorians. The Mandalorians began a series of campaigns against the Old Republic, and an all-out war erupted and the Jedi were forced to step in to defend the peace. However, the Sith Empire was still waging war against the Republic, so they were now fighting on two fronts. With the Sith and Mandalorians fighting the Republic on all fronts, the Jedi continued to mobilize its forces to stop both enemies from entering Republic space. However, their forces were spread too thin, and the Republic began to fall. The Sith empires increased and soon became the dominant force across the galaxy. This became known as the Dark Age. Around this point, the Mandalorians attacked the Jedi Temple and were able to steal the Darksaber, a weapon which we'll come to a little bit later. At the height of the Dark Age, Coruscant, the capital of the Republic, was taken over by the Sith during the Battle of Coruscant. At this point, the Old Republic fell. Their capital gone, forces depleted, and all seemed lost. The Sith reigned supreme across the galaxy. However, the Jedi and remaining Republic forces that were scattered throughout the galaxy regrouped, and thanks to a major strike and all of their strength, the Republic and the Jedi liberated Coruscant and drove the Sith off. The Old Republic managed to regain some strength after reclaiming the capital and went on the offensive. The Jedi gathered all their forces and engaged the Mandalorian clans head-on, driving them back to their home planet. After the final battle of Mandalore, the once mighty planet covered with life was left completely lifeless. Mandalore was defeated. The Republic then turned back to the Sith Empire, only to find the Empire had turned on itself. Sith infighting had left them weak and vulnerable. Seizing its chance, the Jedi and Republic attacked the Empire, and the Sith's infighting proved to be their undoing. The Order and Republic defeated the Sith, who abandoned Korriban and fled. The few that remained destroyed each other, with one survivor, Darth Bane. Darth Bane established the rule of two shortly after this. This meant that he would only pass his knowledge on to one apprentice, who would then do the same, in order to prevent another Sith civil war. During the war, the Old Republic had officially fallen after losing Coruscant. However, with the Sith destroyed and the Mandalorians turning to pacifism, peace had finally been restored to the galaxy. The Old Republic reorganized itself into the Galactic Republic, which led to 1,000 years of stability, known as the Great Peace. To go into a little bit more detail about Darth Bane, as I said earlier, he created a new Sith philosophy, the Rule of Two, in which there could only be two Sith at one time, a master to embody power and an apprentice to crave it. Only by slaying their master could the apprentice gain the title of Dark Lord of the Sith and take on their own apprentice, or die in the attempt and be replaced. The Sith went into hiding, watching and manipulating from the shadows rather than outright force as the previous Empire had done, until their time would eventually come where they could rule the galaxy once more. Bane took his own apprentice and began passing all his knowledge only to him. The Jedi eventually discovered Darth Bane and his philosophy, and around this time Darth Bane was somehow killed. The Jedi believed, with Darth Bane's death, the Sith were gone forever. However, it turned out that Bane's apprentice was now fully fledged in the dark side. How Bane was killed is unknown, however most suspect it was his apprentice that killed him. Darth Bane's apprentice placed Bane in a sarcophagus in the Valley of the Dark Lords on Korriban. With this, Bane was the last Sith to be buried on Korriban. There were also some noticeable figures during the Old Republic era. The first one was Revan, an ancient Sith Lord. Him and the other Sith Lords, Darth Anedu, Darth Tanis, Darth Tenebrous, Darth Desalus, and Darth Phobos, were all Sith who lived hundreds to thousands of years before the Galactic Civil War. Most did not know of their existence, as the Jedi sought to remove all traces of the Sith. However, Sith cults kept their memories alive. Another figure was Tar Vizsla, a Force-sensitive human male who was inducted into the Jedi Order before the Dark Age. He was the first Mandalorian to join the Order and created the Darksaber, a unique black-coloured lightsaber. This weapon became a symbol of leadership for the Mandalorians, and Tar Vizsla became Mandalore of the planet. After Tar Vizsla's death, the lightsaber was returned to the temple. As earlier stated, during the Dark Age, Mandalorians raided the temple and stole the Darksaber. It once became a leadership symbol for the Mandalorian people. There were also several notable planets as well as Acto Ilum Korriban that were sacred to the Jedi and the Sith. One of these was Tythum, a planet located in the deep core and shrouded in myth. Many Jedi scholars claim Tythum was the location for the first Jedi Temple. To support this, there was also a confirmed Jedi Temple located on Tythum, abandoned during the Old Republic era. Another world was Exegol, located in the Unknown Regions. The planet was one of the oldest Sith worlds. Ancient Sith built a Sith citadel on the planet in order to conduct rituals. Korriban itself was used for a similar purpose. However, while Exegol was an ancient world of the Sith, Korriban was the true Sith homeworld. This concludes all canon material that we have on the Old Republic era. While we have a range of information so far, there is still so much hidden in myths and legends. But there is the building blocks to now create a solid Old Republic story. These blocks have been placed over several movies, comics, and TV shows. All hints point to an upcoming major story. So while this is all we have for now, you better expect more. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.